Well, I'm curious, when you signed on for Gotham, there is a little known about Barbara, but not a huge amount. What did you really need to know from the producers to kind of feel like you got the right amount of information to play her correctly?
Yeah, I mean, we sort of had a bit of free reign with Barbara, which is really fun because obviously a lot of the other characters like Penguin and Enigma, there's a high expectation and people have a clear idea of what they want to see. But with Barbara, obviously she's a lesser known character, and I think through her you get to tell some really great stories. And I think Bruno Heller, our fabulous creator, really enjoys Barbara and someone like Fish Mooney, who Jada Pinkett Smith is playing, because we get to use her to kind of bring out different sides of someone like Jim Gordon, played by Ben McKenzie, because he obviously day to day is like this tough detective, but when he comes home and you see him interact with Barbara, you get to see his like softer, more vulnerable side, which is really nice. So I think in the kind of early stages of Barbara, I was figuring out, who she is, and who she's pretending to be, and what are these kind of layers of darkness and secrets that she's hiding, and how much is she hiding it from herself, how much is she hiding from Jim, and just really trying to get a grasp of, like, in her everyday, like, how much is she in love with Jim. And the answer is a lot, and she's really dedicated to him. So it's like playing that love and that full commitment to him, whilst at the same time maintaining this kind of deeper, darker side to her. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but it's a really fun one to play.
Well, you mentioned how much is she in love with Jim, and there is kind of that question as to how much of her heart really is with him, especially given her history with Renee. How are you playing it at this moment? Do you think she is genuinely torn, or do you think, as far as she is concerned, her entire heart is with Jim?
I think the thing about Barb's is she's a worker. Like, when she is dedicated to something, she gives it her everything. So in a way, she's an addict, she's addicted to her and Jim, and she needs it to work, because if she falls back to who she used to be and what she was in her life, it's really weird actually, just talking about it makes my heart go. It's like crossover. If she lets herself slip back to that, then it's kind of like game over for her. So right now she is so dedicated to her and Jim, and she is completely in love with him. But obviously there's all of this past that makes it really hard for them to make that work.
How much are they going to dive into how her life was before she was in a relationship with him?
We dive into it through using, like, the characters that she comes across as we go through the series. So using Montoya and other characters that I don't want to give away. She has these scenes with other people, and you get a drip feed of, like, what it was that she was before, or like where she could potentially go in the future.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
She does take the step to kind of make the right move and to call in the tip about what Jim can't tell the reporters.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of furtherness are we going to see with that? Are we going to see her kind of take those steps to kind of correct the wrongs that he can't do, or is that kind of a one-off thing?
Again, it's her being dedicated, and when she thinks something is right and when she fights for something, she goes for it. And she spends a lot of the first couple of episodes really trying with Jim. Like, she's really trying to get out of him what is going on with him, because obviously there's all these secrets that he's hiding from her, and she's just trying to make it work. So every decision that she makes is like a forward motion. She's like, I need this to work for me and for you and for us. And so it might not necessarily be to do with his work always, but it's always kind of to do with them and him, and trying to get the best from him and their relationship. And then if that doesn't work, I don't know where she's going to go.
Yeah. But are we going to see her kind of get involved in any of the cases, or is that something that's still to come?
I mean, yeah, it's like I would have to give stuff away to say stuff. So I don't want to do that, because I hate hearing about the ends of stories before I get to see the beginning of them.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.